All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the FBC Show. My name is Pastor Kevin, or PK, and this is...
I am Isaac Shelley, one of the lay pastors here.
Excellent. We're glad you're here this morning. Are you glad you're here as well? Hopefully you are. Excellent. Thanks for joining us online as well. Hopefully this is going to be a little bit of an encouragement and a challenge to you as we open up God's Word a little bit together and take a look at a few things that might encourage your heart. And so our verse for the day, which is where we're started on, is from Matthew 5, verse 6, and it goes like this. It's right up on the screen there. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. So Isaac, when you hear the word righteousness, what do you think of? What comes to mind?
What I think right away is a God-centered, spiritually fulfilled life, living by God's commands and aiming for that righteous life or God-given life.
Excellent answer. I like that one. And as we think about this idea of blessed, keep in mind, blessed and happy are synonymous. And so it's talking about happy are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. And so if we just stopped at happy are those who hunger and thirst, you know, like we all have that physically, but we're talking about some more, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Being hungry and thirsty is not a great feeling for a long period of time.
That's right. And so it's that idea of desiring God's righteousness. And so think in mind, this righteousness has to do with this vertical thing. We're righteous before God through our Christ and what he's done for us. And then we live rightly with other people. And so when we do that, the Bible tells us we'll be filled. And what will we be filled with? We'll be filled with God's righteousness. And so keep this in mind as you go throughout the day. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. So Isaac, you're a parent of two young boys.
I am.
Yeah.
It's true. They're over there.
They're over there. Excellent. They're relatively quiet so far. That's good. And anyways, so far. And so we're in the middle of this pandemic thing. We're closing on a year. And so I'm just wondering, you know, maybe you can encourage us and help us and give some insight into this idea of pandemic parenting. What have you learned? What's worked well? What's been a disaster? You know, go for it.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And I know, like, we're almost, I think, if not officially at the 1 year point. So a lot of the other parents out there with older and younger kids, we're all kind of seasoned veterans now. But there's two things that came to mind for me. One is breaks, or as Erica and I, my wife, we like to call them Sabbaths. We kind of take the Sabbath concept of rest. We apply it both.
Does that mean you have a nap every day?
We don't have a nap every day.
Oh,
it doesn't work out
so
that
disappointed.
way, unfortunately. But we look at giving each other breaks from, not in a negative way, but breaks from our kids where, you know, especially in my context with my wife, I've still been able to go to work in an office during the pandemic and during lockdown, where she has been stuck at home with the kids and there's no play groups, there's no indoor gatherings. So I would try to give her a break where she can have some alone time and some peace. Whether it be...
That's like 100,000 wife points right
That's
there,
right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I try, and then, but we also even expanded that as a couple, even pre-pandemic, and I know I'd shared with people from our church before, we actually got it from John Piper. I believe he had done it with his wife when they did vacations. They would give each other a Sabbath or a break where they could kind of have their own little holiday on the holiday.
Yeah.
So we kind of expanded even to our married life of giving each other breaks where, you know, sometimes it's like even a little spiritual journey or for me, which is I like to go out into the bush, but I find it a time of spiritual reflection as well. And then Erica as well would do that as well, or just to hang out with friends, of course, just to have that adult time. And then the second one, and we picked up on this on our own early on, is, you know, on Facebook and social media, there's so much negativity where we'll often, you know, complain about being around our kids or complain about being stuck inside with them. And we noticed that we started doing that more vocally, and then the little ears, even for our 2 and 4 year old, are picking up on that, where they're thinking, oh, you don't want to hang out with me. And, you know, of course we all get tired and get, you know, can play dress up and play Lego for so long with our little ones sometimes, but being very mindful of the words we're using of complaining, because there's kind of that tendency like, oh, I'm stuck inside with them again. So we tried to really be conscious about that.
Yeah.
With the little ears around.
So if we can summarize that, take breaks, right? And allow each other to take breaks.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
then no complaining.
complaining with them around. You can, well,
Oh,
we're all
okay.
gonna complain. Like,
Right,
I'm
right,
not
right.
saying, oh, I never complained, but it's like being mindful of the who's hearing you complain and
For
how
sure.
that might affect
That's awesome.
your kids. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's an encouragement to you all. And our next segment is going to test your Bible knowledge and your knowledge of pop songs. All
Yeah.
right. And so there's pastor points on the line for this. And so keep track at home or keep track of the audience here to see how many you get right. There's 10 questions on the board. And we'll see how things go. So I'll start and then you can take the second one. So here we go with the first question. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, a close friend. Oh my goodness. I'm not really entirely sure where that comes from, but I'm going to say Psalm. I'm going to say Psalm. Yes.
Ooh.
Psalm 55:13. Extra points if you get the correct chapter, which I did not.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
But
Good. Yeah, I'm not gonna do well now.
hey, that's all right. All right, you're up, Isaac. You're up.
All right, I may need audience help for this one.
Okay.
Please. I'm not a pop song person at all. My sunrise on the darkest day. Come on, that seems so generic. Game.
Oh, we got pop song from the audience.
I'm hearing pop song. Yeah.
Who's it by?
I'm
What's the answer? He's going with pop song.
gonna
What's the
go with
answer?
pop song.
Oh, Despacito. By how come you didn't know that?
Well,
Come on.
Because it's Justin Bieber, but apparently
The only part of that song I know is the Despacito.
Pastor Doug
That's
listens
all I
to
know.
Justin
All right.
Bieber a lot, I guess. So.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, next question. It's my turn.
I read my Psalms and I know them.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the answer.
Oh, throwing shade. Yikes.
The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You know what? I'm pretty sure that's a psalm. Is it Psalm chapter 2? Oh, no. I was so close.
Oh, yeah.
Only 3
All
off.
right. Only 3, yeah.
All right. But I was right. I was right.
What
so,
that's what the Canadians say too
all
all
right.
the time.
Here we go. Your turn.
They swarmed around me like bees.
What is that?
Oh man, this is harder than it. Because it doesn't. I was hoping there'd be the very psalmist language.
Yeah, but it's not very, is
With
it?
doves and stuff. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Psalms.
Okay.
A psalm.
Oh!
Yeah, there we go.
Psalm 118, verse 12. I didn't hear too many Justin Bieber fans out there getting that one right. All right. Anyways, not a yes, sir. Not a follower. I'm hearing pop song from the audience, so I'm gonna go with the audience. Pop song. Yes. Thunder by Imagine Dragons.
I don't even know who that is.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, go your turn.
The night will shine like the day. I'm gonna go. That could be either one. That just seems simple, but I'm gonna say it's Psalm again.
Psalm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There
Psalm
we go.
139, verse
2 in a
12.
row.
That's pretty good. Well, you got 3 in a row because we're 3 for 3.
Oh yes, I went for the audience.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. You did. All right, next question. And there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. And there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. I'm going to keep repeating it until someone gives me the answer. And there's a hope that's waiting. Pop song. Yes, I'm going to go with pop song. All right. Yes.
I'm seeing a pattern. here.
That's my favorite song. How did I not recognize that? I have
Again,
no idea what that is. All right.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I don't even know the name.
yeah,
of
I've
the-
never even heard of that. All right, next one.
Yeah. I've forgotten it all.
No, forgiven, not forgotten. But
my
if you
dyslexia.
forgive, you should also forget.
I've forgiven
so
it all.
It's good theology
you
in
set
there.
me free.
All right.
Oh well, it's clearly going on biblical foundations of forgiveness.
Yes.
But I think this could be a trick question.
It could be.
So I'm gonna go. What does the audience think? I don't want to be judged for.
No judgment here,
I'm gonna
Isaac.
go
No
pop
judgment
song.
here. Pop
I'm
song?
gonna go pop song.
Okay. Oh, by
Oh,
Adele.
Adele
All
would
right,
say
Send
that.
My Love. All right. We've got one more each. See if we can go 5 for 5 here. Their days are like a fleeting shadow. I'm going to go Psalm for that one. I'm going to go Psalm. Yes, Psalm
Oh,
144.
nice.
Easy. The audience is saying that one's easy. You be up here
Easy.
on stage here.
There's extra
All
pressure
right?
at the microphone.
See how it goes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And, when
Just
you're...
know that you don't have to do this alone. That just sounds like a pop song.
Sounds like a pop song. Yeah, I agree.
I just don't think David would
Would
write
write
it in that way. Pop
Let's
song.
find
Final
out.
answer.
There you go. Shawn
Mendes.
Mendes.
No, I know it's Mendes.
All right, so Isaac, Pandemic high five.
Pandemic high five.
5 for 5 for both of us.
Nice.
That's
Well, I
awesome.
did use the audience because I don't listen to Justin
I did as
Bieber.
well, but it's all good. Well, thanks for playing at home and in the house, and hopefully this was encouraging and equipping to you this morning. God bless. We'll see you in a few minutes.